Hi everyone, this is Pallavi Chandra, Director of Occupational Therapy at BPI. Wanted to check in, say hello. I know I talked about some fine motor activities, some gross motor activities in the past couple of days, and I wanted to share some sensory activities for you guys to do with some common household objects or materials. So the first one is easy go-to that all kids love is just this easy sensory bottle. And all I did was first used, you're gonna need baby oil and water and food coloring. So all I did was I poured the baby oil into the bottle about halfway. And then I put some glitter, a bunch of different types of glitter in there. And then I used a 2-cup measuring cup and filled that up and then put my food coloring in there. This is also a great way. I didn't have, I wanted to make a purple bottle and I didn't have purple food coloring. So I was able to mix red and blue and make purple. So that's just another way we can teach our kids about mixing colors and pouring and also just making sure we're using both of our hands when we're manipulating objects. So while you're holding the bottle, you can pour the water in. So anyways, after I put the glitter inside, I filled the 2 cups of water, put my food coloring in, mixed it up, and then I filled the rest of the bottle with the colored water, almost up to the top, just leave a little space. And then I just sealed it and shook it up, and then I was able to get this. You can put all sorts of different things in there, different objects. Some people put Legos, some people put beads, whatever your heart desires. So that is a fun and easy activity. I know opening the bottle is probably a concern for a lot of parents. So you can either use duct tape and to hold that together, or use super glue, or if you have a hot glue gun, if you put a little hot glue inside the top of it and shut it, it should seal it tight for you. So that's one. The other activity that I have for you guys is making oobleck. I love this. All of the kids I've worked with love oobleck. And all you need for this is water and then cornstarch and then food coloring. So it's basically just 1 part water to 2 parts cornstarch. So I used 1 cup of water, poured that in first, and then I used about a can and a half of this size cornstarch. So once you pour the water in, you just slowly pour a little bit of cornstarch at a time and start stirring it. And then until you get the consistency that you want. And what you want, I mean, you can make it as runny as you want. I like to make it a little solid because it has a cool consistency. And it kind of feels like when you put your hands in there, it feels like quicksand. So it's an interesting sensory experience because you feel the solidness, but then you also feel when you pull it out, you can feel it liquefy as well. So I like to hide stuff in there and have kids go in and dig for a treasure hunt. It's really good to hide things of different shapes, so you can say find something that feels like a circle, so they can work on that tactile experience of using their fingers to feel for what different shapes are or different objects are. If your child is apprehensive to touch it, you could always use, start with a spoon and just show them. You could also just make the amount that they kind of touch, just make it more manageable. So they're just touching a little bit on the spoon and getting a feel for it, and then slowly putting their finger in, and then maybe their whole hand. So I love this activity, and kids will play with it for hours. So hopefully, and then I also forgot, after you start mixing it and get the consistency you want, you just add, I just put this in there, a couple drops of food coloring inside, and then mix that up, and then you'll get the color, whatever color that you put in there. And it's really good activity because of the consistency. It's good for strengthening just because you have to really stir it, and then also making sure your non-dominant hand is holding. So I'm working on that bilateral coordination piece as well. So hopefully you find that helpful. I hope some of you guys try it. If you have any other questions or need any other ideas, just leave them in the comments. And I'll make sure to post the recipes for both of these in the comments as well. Bye.